solution for each one via email already. So that is why very easily for you to get the problem set, all right? And you can see the solution up there and you learn yourself. That's the key thing. And you have a problem, some problem, you do not get the solution, okay? And then you can talk in the class to save time, okay? And also you have some quizzes on CSC. And so all quizzes here, it should be, the grade of all quizzes should be contributing on the midterm grading, okay? So the midterm maybe only contribute 20% and quizzes contribute about 10%, I guess. Oh, yeah, but we will count later on. But anyway, quizzes on CSC, you should take one time and it should be multiple choice, and that important for you for the midterm grading, okay? That's a problem for us, and everyone has to pay attention. I only open this exactly time and sharp time. You cannot take the second one, okay? In case it's closed, so that we will have problem. And I don't want you want to get that. You get that problem, okay? And the video of all classes will be posted on CSC. If okay, because I don't know. And if you say, you can imagine that if you have 3 hours and I'm recording now, for example, it's about maybe 1 GB. It's really hard for me to put it somewhere on CSC. That's a problem for us, okay? That's a problem for us. All right, so, and the other very detailed about the classes are put on the CSC already, right? Everyone see the on CSC? Phương, have you checked CSC recently?
We have been added.
Okay, so you saw it, right? All right, good. So now the first chapter, actually, I gave you our email already. So I go directly to the first chapter, okay? The first chapter here, it's very simple, right? And you now learn about a simple compound, actually. And from textbook, I think some is really good from this chapter. But the second chapter, 25, is not really good. That's why we had to take from another textbook. But both is very good. Now, so now we learn what it means. So we get started from ammonia. All right. So ammonia, you have Na3 structure. All right. So if you do substitute this or do substitution any H from ammonia by radical group, alkyl radical, it's not free radical, okay? It's just the alkyl radical. And then you can have a mean. And so nitrogen there, you know that one, it always have pair electron on it. We say lone pair because it's still there, no bonding, right? So that is why it's very important. It make, okay, you can see here, I show you two things. You say two basic and nucleophilic. All right, that's a pair, long pair. Give it two very major chemical properties of amine. And so in the nature, you can see it's occurred in plant, yeah, a lot, and animal, yeah. Because you know that one, right? Every day you have to eat plants and animal. Actually, you get amine. We have kind of specific amine, if we talk later on, is the amino acid. Okay, but here you can see some natural product. You can see nicotine, cocaine, and cocaine very famous, right? Cocaine very famous. So cocaine, you can see nitrogen still here, all right? And it still have a pair electron. And nicotine have a lot of tobacco plants, right? And who smoke it and smell kindly it, I don't know, it smell good or not? I'm not I'm not the use of cigarette, so I do not know that one. So we have pair electron here, still on nitrogen, and here, so later on we call heterocyclic, okay? And here's the second cycle, heterocyclic. Hetero that mean dị vòng in Vietnamese, okay? Hetero dị. All right. And here's the nitrogen is the same, it's a ring, okay? So we call heterocyclic. But here you have a different kind, right? It's trimethylamine, tri that means 3, okay? And bonded with the nitrogen, that's what we call a trimethylamine. Yeah. So with that, you can get a lot of things about amine. So actually, it could come from ammonia when they do substitution, all the 1 or 2 or 3 hydrogen from ammonia, and then you get amines. All right, that's simple, huh? All right, now, so now we have to learn about the naming of amine. It's quite different a little bit about the classification of halide in the past. So I should recall a little bit. In the past, you learned about halide, right? You call about halide. And so now we put the order of halide. So for them, we have a C, so that you have X, and you have H, and you have H, and have H. And the second one, we have C, H, H, and C more, okay? Let's have C more, all right? And you have X. And now we have more CH2, sorry, not CH2, it's CH, and I'll put here about X, and here one more C, and one more C, and here H, sorry, H or A, do not have, need more H, okay? And now, we put the order of this. So that's no order, right? The methyl, no order. So we will have one more here, C, 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 and C, 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 X. Okay, please put the order of this one. Order in Vietnamese, it means the order of halide. I want to call someone. Nhật Hàn, give me the idea.
The first compound is first order.
It's first order. That one should be the first.
Sorry, primary.
Primary. Okay, yeah, that should be primary, right? We say later. Okay, let's say in primary. Okay, primary. Okay, and the second. That should be what? Oh, if I call somebody, so who should keep on the microphone, okay? And until I say thank you, and that should be good. You can turn it off, right? Otherwise, you should keep it. Oh, she.
Sorry, em giờ em vừa đi out. Nghe nói nhiều.
Okay. So the second one is should be, this one should be the order of,
second,
this one's the order of what?
this one is a primary.
That's on primary too? Okay. That's primary. That means the third, right? The third order, right? Does
Yes.
that mean bậc một in Vietnamese, right? Okay.
Right.
And that one?
This one is
Is
second order.
the second order. Okay. You should put second. Yeah. And don't worry. If you give incorrect answer, we can fix it. Okay. And everyone should give an answer for me, and we can discuss about that one. Okay. And don't be shy. All right. Yeah, I'm sure you can be good. And here, so it should be the second order, right? You mean that right? So that should be third order. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So this one we say so what then? Third order?
Okay.
No.
Order.
That one maybe we should say middle. Okay. It not we cannot say that it's primary or secondary or tertiary. Okay. So we should say middle healing. Okay. So this one we should say middle. We will not put the type order on this one. Okay. All right. We say the middle. It means middle headline. Okay. And now we come back here with the mean. Thank you, All right. Now we say you can see come back with the alcohol. You see the alcohol here is almost the same with the headline, right? And input like this. You see this one. So C here we bond with OH, and we call it tertiary alcohol, and this is kind of third, right? But bad, right? And here now we have a tertiary amine. Now it depends on the number of alkyl group bonded to the nitrogen. Okay. And so here we see the nitrogen here bond with the CH3, and CH3, right? That's why it called the tertiary amine. And now we have one more. So third dosage amine. So that one we call it primary amine. It's not tertiary amine, right? Depends on although the carbon here have a three methyl group, right? So now we have something different, right? With the classification of the order of halide alcohol compared to amine, right? So we can pay attention here too. Sometimes you not only get the order, the amine of alkyl substituted, and sometimes you have aryl substituted. All right. Or another word we call the aryl amine. So for example, so that one I think you can imagine that already. I'm sure. Aryl here, for example, you have pH, and H2, right? That's a kind of aryl substituted amine. Okay, that should be good, right? Everyone good with this slide, right?
Yes.
Okay, well now one more, pay attention. Now, please pay attention on the name of alcohol here and trimethylamine. So you have one is church builder. So that means the radical, right, group. Here trimethyl and that kind of radical group on amine. But they write down the name is kind of different. You can see it's kind of different. So how different when you write down the name of amine if you compare with these things? Okay, you understand my question? you can see the write out, okay, or writing. We say the writing of amine name and the and alcohol name. What's the difference here? Nào, xin mời Đỗ Trung Đại nào.
Could you repeat the question again, please?
Okay, you can see the name of alcohol, right? And you see the name of amine. So alcohol,
Yes.
that means that kind of functional group, and amine here the kind of functional group. But how they put all the substitution and functional group on the name of alcohol compared with the name of amine? How they put together?
Wow, I'm not sure with the answer, so
Yeah, I'm sure, no
I
problem.
don't know. Yeah,
Oh, you
I don't really know the answer. Really sorry
Okay.
about that.
Xin mời Hoàng Đình Duy nào. Okay, no problem.
Okay, so I think that the third, the acronym for tertiary is used for the only for the carbonyl order, I think.
Okay,
And,
technically, everyone should put it technically how they write down the name. Technically, okay, it's not about the chemical or physical. It's just technically, mang tính kỹ thuật thôi.
They use locant as parent name.
Just very simple. You can see right here. What happened? I circle two things.
I think the order should be only used for the substituent, not the order name shouldn't use for the substituent.
No, both they have, but
Yeah.
you can see technically here, no space in amine name.
Yeah.
You see, no space.
Okay.
That's right. Everyone, you need no
Yeah.
space, right? This still using total alcohol, but you have a space. Okay.
Oh.
So trimethylamine, no space.
Okay.
That's a lot of people get that mistake. Okay. So this mistake, and even the teacher at high school have that problem. Okay. We call no space when you put or write down the name of amine. No space between the radical substitution and the functional group is amine. Tức là trong tiếng Việt nói là không có cái khoảng trống giữa nhóm thế và gốc chức. Ok chưa? Nhưng mà ancol thì có. Các cái dẫn xuất halogen thì có. Được không nào? Ok chưa? Rồi, now, so now how they put the name. We have one more very special amine. We call a quaternary ammonia ion. The ion here, another word we could say is kind of in Vietnamese we say amine bậc 4. All right, but actually it's not really right. We should, I think, to say much better understanding quaternary ammonium. It's much better than we call amine bậc 4, right? Okay, so why is it not say, in my opinion, okay, you can see that amine, that means over there we very special thing, you have two major chemical property is basic and nucleophilic. But do you think these compounds have the same chemical property? Do you think? And why? Okay. If you say no, why no? You say yes, why yes? Okay. Now, yeah. First, if you want to understand about this one, you should very easily understand this guy. So for if you have the nitrogen and right, and you have R1 and you have R2 and you have R3, okay, you still have pair of electron, okay? You have tertiary amine, and now you react with one more R plus, R4, we say R4, and now it form it N R1, R2, R3, okay? And now we have R4, okay? Oh, the pen is not very good, sorry. It sometimes jump, okay? Because of COVID, maybe. All right, so now, because it's born to here, so that's why it make here is a positive charge, okay? It's positive charge. All right, this is how they form like this. Because if positive charge, that is why they need one anion, so we should call X minus, okay? All right, now, so I could repeat the question. Here is still a amine, or they have the same chemical property of amine we learned before. Say yes, so why yes? Say no, so why no? Okay. Now,
I say
okay, that
I think both no and yes. I don't think no. I think the basic property of quaternary amine is really weak, and but it still have it can still still can react in a nucleophilic attack, since the fourth bond can be heterolysis. That is my thought.
okay. But just simple thing. You say yes or no. That one, the first question. So it doesn't have both properties of amine. We should learn the second slide. Yes or no?
If I have to give a simple answer, I will say yes.
Or you say yes. So we still have both property, like basicity and nucleophile, right? Or nucleophilic properties of amine before you learn, okay? All right. So I want to get a different answer. Nào, xin mời bạn Đỗ Quỳnh Anh nào. I cannot get from Đỗ Quỳnh Anh. Maybe problem with the internet. Actually, today I am at the Department of Chem now, because I did not trust my internet at home. Bạn không bật được mic rồi. Nhiều lúc các bạn cài lại, thi thoảng cài lại Zoom một chút nhé, ví dụ thế, nhất là các bạn dùng các cái phần mềm Win Crack ấy, là rất hay bị vấn đề như vậy. Thỉnh thoảng các bạn chỉ cần cài lại Zoom, đúng rồi, cài lại Zoom thôi là tốt thôi. Nào, xin mời bạn Nguyễn Đức Nam nào. Sáng sớm nay thầy có danh sách của các bạn nhưng mà thầy chưa biết là người ra người vào thêm thế nào, nên là thầy chưa in được ra. Thì các buổi sau thì thầy sẽ in và thầy sẽ gọi. Ví dụ như thầy gọi bạn A, xong thầy sẽ bảo bạn B chuẩn bị, thường là như thế nhé, để các bạn sẵn sàng bật mic cho nó dễ. Ok, bạn Đỗ Quỳnh Anh say no. Nào, yeah, bạn Đức Nam có ý kiến gì không? Cẩm Lệ có ý kiến gì không?
I think no, because
Why?
Emma has one lone pair in nitrogen, so it's the basicity and nucleophilic.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So you can pay attention here. So nitrogen now become positive charge. That means it no longer have any pair electron there. So that's why it will not give you any basicity. All right, cannot give you anything relative to the nucleophilic property anymore, because nucleophilic and basicity depends on the density of electron on nitrogen. Okay, that's why we say no longer saying about the basicity and nucleophilic properties of quaternary ammonium ion. Okay, chính vì thế mà thầy thấy người ta gọi là amin bậc 4 hơi nguy hiểm một chút. Nếu như mà các bạn cứ gọi thế thì các bạn phải hiểu nó có tính chất rất đặc biệt, nó không còn liên quan đến tính của amin. Ok, nó là tính chất hoàn toàn khác. Ok, nào ok, bạn Hoàng Đình Duy, right, thank you Duy, có gửi đến chat. Yeah, you know that one, it no longer basicity anymore when you put more substitution on the nitrogen. Okay, now we have some more name here. We put the suffix amine, hậu tố là amine, and add to the name of the alkyl substituents. All right, and I showed you before, no space. Okay, no space. That's it. That's the one thing. No space when you put it in. So here, for example, you see tap butyl, and you have 1, 2, 3, and you tap. That means tertiary, right? And here you say this. You think that the group, right? And now we can cycle hexyl, so we put the amine in, and so now that guy have two kind of amine, so that's why they put kind of like this. But I think now is something maybe different. They will put the butane, and pay attention, okay? Butane 1, okay? Sorry, no. One and 4 diamine. Okay, now they prefer call this way. Okay, now they prefer call this way, and something changed more. Okay, it depends on the author. Nhiều lúc nó phụ thuộc vào các cái tác giả, đúng không ạ? Thì các bạn thấy cũng cơ bản tương ứng là giống nhau thôi, nhưng mà có lúc đặt trước đặt sau, đúng không ạ? Câu hỏi của Đạt ta sẽ trả lời phần tính chất của nó sau nhé. Alright, so Here you have a more. If you have a substituent here, so suffix of amine you should put here, it should be 1, right? So here you should be count 1 and 2, 3, 4, and not this one. You call here 4,4 dies methyl cyclohexane amine. Okay, so that's how the IUPAC name they would call. Okay. Như vậy từ nãy giờ chúng ta là có 2 cách gọi tên, đúng không ạ? Gọi tên thứ nhất là người ta lấy gốc của nó, đúng chưa? Cách thứ hai là người ta coi như nó là một cái dẫn xuất của anca, đúng không ạ? Đấy, thế nhưng ra nó cũng hơi phức tạp một chút. Tên gọi của amine nó hơi khó chịu, nó không theo quy luật chặt theo quy luật rõ ràng với các cái loại tên gọi khác. Thế trên bảo hữu cơ bản nó rất khó như thế, nó cứ mỗi thứ một tí, mỗi thứ một chút. Okay, now so here in the place of the final E in the name of parent compound, right? Parent compound here is a cyclohexane, right? They put E here, it should be have E here, but no, they remove it and then they put amine in, right? And I repeat, you have one more, consider with the NH2 and amino substituent. So now we call the amino acid substituent, okay? And the parent molecule now we call type another thing. So here, for example, you have amino acid. So priorities of the functional group should be COO2 should be more than NH2. So that's why some name of amino acid we have to put the amino acid or substituents. Nếu trong hợp chất mà có nhiều cái nhóm chất khác nhau thì nhóm nào được ưu tiên sẽ gọi ở cái phần tên của tên chính, gọi là mạch chính carbon, gọi là mạch chính. Còn amine sẽ trở thành nhóm thế. So nhóm thế, so that means the amine, now we NH2 actually we call the amino. Okay, so the amino here we call is, for example, here 2-amino butanoic acid, right? So here the parent will be butanoic acid. So that's why we have amine, put it in. It's to the second carbon, and then that's why we have a 2-amino butanoic acid. Okay, and you can see here no space, right? No space. And here's the same, and here's the called parent, okay? Or we say the mother molecule, and this one is substituents, and we say 2,4-diamino benzoic acid. All right, good. And the last one is the same, right? The last one we call is now this one is on the mother molecule, so that's why I put one on the right hand, and we should go to left hand, right? I don't know why sometimes it moves like this. Okay, so put 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we have a 4-amino 2-butanol, right? 2-butanol. Okay, but now if you remember, we can say 4-amino, okay, butan 2-on, okay? That have a lot of ways to call it, but now they prefer this way, okay? Now they prefer this way. All right, now we have more. We have prefix for more substituents. If they have the same group, no problem. We have diphenollamine and triethylamine, no problem, right? Now, but you have a different group or different substituents. Now we have a problem with this, right? And so with the nitrogen, normal they have a put N on where it bond in. okay, where the substituent bond on the nitrogen. If you do not put N, so we don't know dimethyl here attached with which atoms on the structure. Trong trường hợp này thì buộc người ta lại phải kể chữ ni N ở đầu, ok? Bởi vì nếu không cho nó vào thì ta không biết là cái hai nhóm metin này đứng ở đâu cả, ok? Now that's the first thing. And the second thing is you can see put N here. N should be put in italic. Italic nó phải nghiêng, alright? Các bạn nhìn thấy không ạ? Nếu không nghiêng là không đúng, ok? Rồi, you have put in italic letter, and then you should have the dash, and then you have the number of substituents, if any, and then you should put the substituent group there. And finally, you put the amine. But the question here, so how come don't we put the propyl before methyl? Again, how come or why? Okay, why don't we put propyl in the front of methyl in the name of this kind of amine? Cẩm Tú. Cẩm Tú đó. Ok. Alphabetical. Ok. Đúng rồi. Chúng ta phải đi theo cái bảng chữ cái. Cái này chúng ta quen rồi đúng không? Bảng chữ cái. Được nào? Ok, rồi. Phải nhắc lại đây một chút xíu, cái tên của amin phần này nó mới. Thì các bạn nhớ phải chỉ ra được cái nguyên tử nitơ, nếu như có thấy đó đính vào nguyên tử nitơ thì bằng cách ta viết chữ N ở phía trước, sau đó để nó ở phía chữ nghiêng, đúng không ạ? Còn các cái phần gốc khác thì chúng ta đã được học các slide trước. Ok, tên của amin nó phức tạp một chút. Ai hỏi
Cho em hỏi tại sao cái cyclohexyl nó lại không được ưu tiên trước ạ?
Cái cyclohexyl lúc này nó được coi là nhóm lớn nhất, như vậy là coi là mother, được không? Nó coi là mother.
Ok.
Cái phần xanh ấy, phần xanh được gọi là mother molecule, phần xanh lá cây, còn cái phần đấy gọi là xanh lá cây, xanh dương, cái màu xanh này nó chặt đỏ. Thế còn cái N, alpha và methyl được coi là substituents, ok? Rồi common name. At a lot of time I told you about the IUPAC name. We say some people give you the quiz, and the question is to say call the IUPAC name of this compound. That's not good question. Do you know why? Because common name and functional group name and another name, all are IUPAC names. We should not say the IUPAC name is only a functional group name or substituted functional group name. Ta thường hay nhầm IUPAC name, tức là hay nói đến là tên của việc mà ta gọi là tên thay thế đấy. Chứ chúng ta hay bị nhầm lẫn khi ra đề, đặc biệt là sách nước ngoài người ta cũng đồng nghĩa cái chuyện đó, nhưng mà các bạn phải chú ý, không phải. IUPAC name tức là một hệ thống name bao gồm một hệ thống tên, nó bao gồm có cả tên riêng này, tên gọi là tên gốc chức này, và tên thay thế này, và còn nhiều loại tên khác nữa, đúng không ạ? Sau này có những hợp chất mà các bạn không thể gọi tên khác, buộc phải gọi tên riêng, ví dụ như là từ cái hợp chất nó độ 300 carbon thì làm sao gọi được theo danh pháp nếu như các bạn gọi là IUPAC, đúng không ạ? Okay, so that's why we say IUPAC name. That means all name we can call this compound. So if you want to give the test correctly, you have to exactly show them or require them. You put the name, you say functional group name, or you say substitution group name, substitute name, something like this, okay? Otherwise, you should not say IUPAC name in general. So here, for example, you really difficult to say, you go to the chemical or chemist shop, you say, please give me phenol-amine. They will not understand what we're talking about, okay? Right, so here's the phenol, right? And so here's the phenol-amine. But they will not understand it. They say, what are you talking? Okay, so here very important, and here you can say 2, right, methyl, right, 2 methyl, and phenol amine. Wow, that's hard, right? That's really difficult for short order. Want to get the chemical for you, and that is why they have some common name. And here's a very favorite name, alanine, okay? And here's octotoluidine. So we can say octotoluidine to understand this structure. So, and then you have a methyl-toluene, and you have a para-toluene, okay? And you have all kind of this compound. We should move this one to here, or you move this guy to here, okay? Right? They should move the substitute on this. Okay, we have a more common name. We will learn about the next chapter about the heterocyclic, but anyway, you should understand more. If you have the nitrogen on the ring, and we very important to make the system of this compound in very, very interesting, okay? And say pyridine, all right? So that looked like the benzene ring, but you replace the one carbon by a nitrogen atom, all right? And then you have a pyridine, and you have pyrrole, and to do substitution or replace the one carbon by an H, and have one more here, right? Naphthalene, and remove and put one nitrogen, and here imidazole, in very interesting structure, and indole, and pyrimidine, and pyrrolidine, and pyrrolidine, sorry, and pyridine. So this compound, we have one more chapter learn about this, okay? Now, properties of amine, and we should understand about structure and the bonding in amine. Bonding to the end similar to that in ammonia. That's the one thing you should understand it. All right, no problem. And N is sp3 hybridized. Okay, yeah. C and C bond angles are close to 109 tetrahedral value. Okay, that look good, huh? And now you see that one. So here put the center. Now you just put center of tetrahedral, and so one pair of electron here gets one side, and here's get the other side, and 3 get the other side. Okay. And now you can see. Okay, so now you put here, if you draw the hero, okay. So that should be on the middle of the character hero. So that is why, and for them here, it's an anchor. Here is about 109 degree. Okay, 109 degree. It's really simple, right? It looked like the same with CH form, right? It's really close to CH form. Close to, I should say close to, because the side of lone pair should be different with CH3. So that's why you have a three thing different. Maybe the angle, it may be different, okay? It's not the same, I'm sure. It's not like CH4, but we can say it very similar to. And now you can see, put the picture on the picture here. Actually, we should understand that they have a pair, like electron here, right here, okay? And here's C3, and the pair electron is not or didn't show here, I think. But important thing of chirality. What do you mean chirality? Chirality, that means bất đối. Rồi, tôi gọi là bất đối ở trong tiếng Việt. That's right. If you have X, Y, and Z, they are substituents on nitrogen, and they have a pair of electron here. So that means now you have an X different with Y and different with Z and different with pair electron. All right? So nitrogen now become chirality. It's chiral. But if you have two compounds like this, and here we say it's a B, okay? Here say B, here say A, okay? Now you have A and B, but you never get A and B separately. That is why substitute on nitrogen didn't give you or doesn't give you any chirality of this kind of compound. But we have to explain why. That's a different thing. Okay? If you use nitrogen here, if you put the carbon in, right, and put the four substituent different each other, I'm sure you have a chirality. But nitrogen, no. So the question is why? The question is why? We should have a short break, okay? Thầy sẽ thử tắt đi, thầy convert ra xem nó mất khoảng bao nhiêu lâu nhé. Trong 1 tiếng đối với dạy như thế này, để thầy xem nắm tình hình xem nó mức độ nào. Xong thầy sẽ out khỏi lớp xong rồi các bạn lại vào nhé. Để thầy tắt thầy xem nó convert nó thế nào. Không thầy thoát thôi, các bạn cứ thoải mái, cứ ở trong đấy không sao.